What's up, guys? It's the cast of No Shade, and you're locked into J Square Magazine.
Hey, what's going on? It's Trévon James of J Square Magazine. We're here at the No Shade screening party. Now, I'm going to let you introduce yourself. Tell us a little about your character and everything, and just like how excited you are to be here.
Sure. I'm extremely excited, as you can tell by my face. My name is David Brandon, and I play Noel on the show. A little bit about my character. He is an artist out of Brooklyn who's trying to find himself kind of through his friends, and through that he runs into lots of obstacles. He's battling with his mother, he's battling with religion, he's battling with sexuality, and he's just trying to come up in the world. So the No Shade takes the journey with him on that.
Now, how did you become a part of the cast and everything? Like, let's go back to like the beginning before we talk about the present. Like, how did you get a part of the cast?
I've known Sean for years, and Sean Anthony is the director of the project. I've known him for years. He always told me he wanted to write a part for me when he told me he started doing film. And I was like, okay, cool, and eventually he did, and what he said was real. So he presented it to me. I love the idea. We both come from the ballroom scene, so when he decided to incorporate those ideas into a web series, I was all for it and ready to go. No, I've been an actor professionally for about 5 years, maybe 6 years now. I started in improv theater and things like that. I still do theater here and there. I do dinner theater now as a profession, and I do this, and I love it. I love it.
Okay, so let's just get real quick to you. Like, we just finished seeing the screening, which was amazing, had some really dark moments. What was the hardest thing about channeling, like, your character to get into the character of being, like, you have the issues of, like, your mother. Some people are not really, connection with their family. Like, how did you prepare for that role, for that moment? Because it was really good. It was, like, amazing.
You want me to be real?
Be real.
I'm gonna be real. Mom, you watching this? I'm sorry, Mom, but I had to do this. So what I did for that specific scene in the end, I called my real mother, and I had a great conversation with her, and I told her to tell me she loved me 10 times. So she told me she loved me, she loved me, she loved me. So I have it in my head, like running around in my head that my mother loves me, and then when I knock the hat over, she's dead, and that's when the moment kind of hit. She doesn't know I did this, because she would probably have a heart attack, but that's what I did to prepare for the role. As an actor, you kind of just have to do what you have to do to get in the moment, so I did.
Well, it was amazing. We love your performances. What can we expect for the next season? What can we expect? Do you know yet? Can you say anything else?
Dark shit, a lot of dark shit. We're still gonna remain on our comedy thing. We're gonna be funny, but we're gonna get into some real life issues and some more darkness.
All right, stay tuned. What's going on? I'm gonna let her introduce herself, the talented, beautiful
Tamara M. From the cast of No Shade.
And what is your character's name?
My character's name is Danielle.
And?
She's a beautiful, spirited 25-year-old trans woman from New York City, Harlem.
Nice. So let's get into this. So you was dancing and stuff, but if anybody's been following with the show, we know that you've been kind of having like this dating experience, and it really touches a lot of issues that's even happening in our community. So it's not really like something that is made up or fictional. This is really stuff that's happening in the community. Can you tell us a little bit like that whole experience of like dating and like your character and that whole thing, how it unfolded and everything?
Well, dating for anyone in New York is rough. For me, it's been particularly rough, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not looking for anything specific right now. I'm looking to better myself as a young woman. But I think it's very accurate what happened and what was depicted in tonight's episode, because a lot of guys are, I can't say a lot of guys are immature. I feel more...
Maybe they're uneducated or they may not know.
It's more of an ignorance. It's fear, and then the fear breeds ignorance. So it's a lot of that going on in New York City.
So, I mean, let's get into like your acting. I mean, you have a lot of like great reviews on just like how you're, being like a transgender woman. acting as a transgender woman in New York City and just going through, I think it's really bold and really brave of you. Let's talk about just like how did you prepare for the role, how did you become a part of the cast and everything, and what can we expect?
Well, honestly, in preparation for the role, I didn't do too much because I'm already transgender, and I was like, oh, well, I got this in the bag, right? But then I realized like, there's so many, that every trans woman is different, and Danielle is definitely a different trans woman than I. She's helped me in a way become more comfortable with myself being transgender because she's so comfortable. So I had to be a lot more comfortable with myself.
What would you say is one of the most challenging things about being in the show? Like, what was something that was really challenging for you in the episode?
In tonight's episode?
Yes, or any of the episodes, because there's been a lot of tea. You know, what is something that's been challenging for you?
I think, honestly, the most challenging thing is worrying if I'm being authentic. You know?
So what can we expect in the new season coming up of No Shade?
Well, you know what I'm giving.
Are we going to see any more performances?
You're just gonna have to watch, and it's No Shade.
Hey, what's going on? I'm gonna let him introduce himself. This is one of my great friends, but I'm gonna let him introduce himself for y'all. Here we go.
Hi, my name is Terry Toro.
And what's your character on the show?
My character on the show's name is Eric D. Stone.
So, you have like a very infamous persona to you. How would you describe your character?
Detached from reality, does his own thing, doesn't really answer anybody. He's messy in a very calculated kind of way. You know, it's like, can you really call him out on his messiness? But when you really look at his life from an outside view, it's very, very messy.
Now, if anybody didn't know you, could you say that, is there any relation between you and your character?
I like wine, and I like the stuff that he wears. I mean, I personally wouldn't wear it as often as he would, but he has a flair for fashion. I like it.
And you cut your hair, so is there something new that we can expect, or you just needed something different?
I really wanted to cut my hair since spring. I was growing my hair out for about 3 years, and usually around 2 I get bored, but because of the show, I wasn't able to really do anything new except color it and hide it while we're filming. You might have saw a little blue in the episode. It wasn't supposed to be there, but Eric, I'm not sure what the plans are yet for season 2, but I can tell you he won't have the hair. I prepared about a year ago. Sean was giving me a lot of shows to look at and characters to kind of play off of. He kind of, the one that I really pulled from the most, you watch Golden Girls? Blanche.
Yeah.
I thought Blanche was that's what I wanted to embody. I don't think I did it as well as she did, but that was the example that I looked at as far as the sexual attitude, and she's so grand and I love it. Like, she's always been on, so I wanted to kind of play with that and then bring that kind of New York unbotheredness to it, you know?
Nice. Now, I was watching the credits, and I see that you also have music on the show. So let's talk about that. You're also a producer. You have some songs on there, you know?
Yeah, this show gave me an opportunity to play with making songs. I didn't make any real full songs, but for certain moments, I try to make like little comedic songs, throw my voice on there, you know, just kind of, it's almost like an experiment for me. And episode 5, I did 2 songs, and people wanted to buy it. So, you know, if any of you guys are comfortable with that and you want to work with me, hit me up. But otherwise, no, I haven't really made anything, and I'm working on it. 2014 is going to be a very good year.
So as we talk about going to the New Year, what can we expect from the cast and even from you in 2014?
I want to actually pursue acting on a more professional level. This was an experiment for me. As you guys know, I worked with Donnie in the past with Goons vs. Gays, and I came into No Shade. So it wasn't really planned for me to act, but through that, I became passionate. I'm like, I want to take classes, because sometimes I look at my stuff and I'm like, I could have done it better. So I want to do more roles. And that's another reason why I cut my hair, because I want to play a police officer. I want to play a lawyer, you know, and I can't have a pompadour, you know, doing all that. So that's one of the plans. I do want to do some more music and work on No Shade Season 2. I'm not sure what the plans are yet for that, but I'm excited.
So another great friend of mine, and he's here with his wonderful partner, the creative director of No Shade.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Sean Anthony. I'm the creator, director, and writer for No Shade. We just had a premiere here at the Madeleines, and it was a great turnout. I'm really surprised about the feedback, just because I see flaws that maybe others don't. But I hope that everybody else loved it, and thank you for coming out.
Okay, he's a little camera shy, but we're gonna work it tonight, yeah? So how did you come up with the whole idea of just like No Shade? Like, you know, where did it originate from? How you come up with it?
As a young gay teenager running up and down, pumping up and down Christopher Street. No, I just wanted to tell stories that I've been through and my peers been through. And I just felt like, you know, there's a lot of stories that haven't been told, like such as transgender stories. You know, I had gay mothers that were transgenders, and a lot of people don't know their lifestyle. So I just wanted to put them to the forefront and just tell stories that are maybe taboo, and just be true and authentic to the community and to NYC.
It's definitely authentic. I know a lot of people was watching the show tonight and they were relating, like they were cheering and clapping and laughing, and it was the energy was just really positive. Let's talk about just like the process of, you know, starting the episodes and everything, and like what it took to get there, and maybe some challenges that you had.
The process that it took, it was an easy process because I'm working with people that I worked with in the past. Like we've shot for Goon vs. Gays, Donnie Do-Right's channel, and it was just magical because it's like chemistry between the cast. You know, David, I knew David for 10 years. David knew Tamara, and we all just kind of clicked. See, what I like to do is, when we first met each other, I said, let's all go out and eat. Because I wanted to see how everybody interacted with each other first. And that was just the first thing. I was like, this is it. This is the cast.
So you didn't even really have like auditions. You just kind of just said, oh, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah, I'm just going to do it. It was just, I picked up a video camera and was like, let's create a web series.
Nice. So what can we expect? I mean, we've come from like dating to transgender to family issues and communication issues. What can we expect from No Shade in the future?
Well, No Shade was a dramedy, which is a drama and a comedy, and I felt like it wasn't the show that I originally wanted it to be. And so what it turned into was, it's a show that was created through Noel's imagination. That's why it was so like dramatic and over the top.
Okay.
So now that we're in present day and reality is actually hitting, we're actually gonna see it go a little darker. So it's gonna be a dark comedy. So that's the direction we're going in this.
Awesome. Introduce himself. Some of y'all may already know him, but I'm going to let him introduce himself.
What's going on, y'all? This is Donnie Do-Right. Holla.
So we just finished watching the webisode. You definitely like shine through. He's another one of my friends, but we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about Donnie Do-Right. And so describe your character. Would you say that your character is, what is the difference between, is there any difference? Because I know you personally and you still have that flavor to you. And you know, what is the difference? Is there any difference
between Corey and Donnie Do and like me as a person?
Yeah.
Well, I like to tell people that Donnie Do-Right and who I am as a person is different. But Donnie Do-Right and Corey are way similar. The only difference is that when Corey performs, it takes the energy out of my normal life, so I don't feel like to have to be so funny or so flared or so out of control. So there's no real difference because I love his spice and his energy, and I kind of bring it into my normal life, but I don't always wear bright shoes all the time. I'm not always like, yes, bitch. I'm not always like that. So that would be the only difference. I'm way more calmer in my real life because I play Corey on the show. Yeah.
So now I know like one time we were hanging out and somebody stopped you like, excuse me, are you Donnie Do-Right?
Right?
It was like lunch.
Yeah.
Do you find that people kind of get the two mixed up? Like, aren't you Donnie Do-Right or with your Corey? Do you find that people mix it up?
Yeah, like I meet my fans or like my supporters, my Do-Rights. They call themselves Do-Rights. They'll meet me and like I'll be in the middle of a show on the train and be like, bitch, what is the motherfucking tea? So it's always like, I'm not like that in my normal life, but I always embrace the love because I don't want them to ever feel like I don't appreciate the energy that they're giving me. So I always turn it right on. Like, yes, bitch, what's the tea, girl? Let's talk, girl. So it's a little exhausting sometimes, but I would rather show them love than ignore them and then have them not watch my videos, bitch. Truth be told.
You need those views.
I need those views, that coin. You know. Yeah.
So let's talk about a little bit of the show. How did you become a part of the show? You know, like your character, and how did you become a part of being like on No Shade?
Okay. Well, originally we started shooting Goons vs. Gays, Terry, Sean, and I. And Sean approached me with the project. He said, you know, I really want to take them characters and make something new with it and expand it and make it. Because Sean was going to do a different web series. He wanted to cast me, but more like of a more straight, kind of like urban kind of guy. But he was like, girl, no, we're going to put you as Corey. And we just wrote the show. So he approached me in the summer of maybe like a year and a half ago and was like, let's develop the show. So after doing Goons vs. Gays, he wanted to, you know, develop it, and No Shade was born.
How has your character changed or grown from the beginning to now? Has there been any growth that you've seen in your character or just your performance like on the show?
I think, first of all, he has a name, you know? Because in Goons vs. Gays, he was just a gay boy that vogued in the park. But now he's Corey, you know? But as I've grown, I've noticed that Corey holds like the glue. He's like the funny glue. He's the serious glue. He's the emotional glue. So he's grown tremendously. In this one episode, the season finale, you see him in so many different lights. You see him as a naive tenant trying to go to a new apartment. You see him as an entrepreneur trying to become a dancer. You see him in so many different lights. And I've grown tremendously as an actor and as a character on the show. So yeah.
So as a dancer, you actually are a real dancer in real life. So I know in one of the episodes that you was dancing for Damian Crawford. How was that? Like, it looked like you killed it.
You know, honestly, I'm only telling J Squared this. Nobody else knows. We had to take like 5 takes because I couldn't remember the choreography. So that's why you see them cutting so much, because I couldn't remember. I didn't know what was going on. I think me and my boyfriend was fighting. Who knows? Anyway, truth be told. But no, I think as a performer, coming in as Corey as a dancer, I was able to kind of learn it, dance with Damien, do the whole thing, and it kind of worked with the story. So, you know.
Very nice.
You know.
So what can we expect in the future from No Shade and your character?
The future of No Shade is undetermined right now. I'm waiting for the second script to see if I'll be a part of season 2. It's a lot of switch-ups, new characters. I'm pretty sure that things are gonna be great. I'm sure No Shade is gonna succeed as Donnie Do-Right will, as my brand. So we'll see. I know Cariana's coming back for Donnie Do-Right. Starkeisha's coming back for Donnie Do-Right. We're shooting more of more sketch comedy for my brand.
When you come back from LA on for your tour with Damien, I'm sure you'll be back for the next episode if you're not too busy. But you also have music. This dude is like multi-talented. He's like an actor, dancer, singer, comedian, you know, activist. Like, what is your, like, you have your single and everything?
I have 2 songs on iTunes now, Good At It and also Killing It. Killing It is more of a dance song. What is Good At It is more of a like a low key. I want to have sex with you, get your vagina wet, get your butthole juicy. Look, I don't know.
We gonna edit that.
All right, let's take 2.
No. We keep it real. We keep it real. All of what he said, I didn't say it. He did.
No, but Good At It is more of a love song, more of like when you meet somebody at the club and you want a one-night stand. It's one of those songs that you play. So, you know. I'm doing music, I'm still recording, I have a mixtape coming out soon, so I'm just working. I'm trying to use every creative vessel that I have to pursue my dream and see what fish bites, you know, so.
Nice, so we thank you so much. We just love the cast. We love you. We love Donnie Do-Right. We gotta do lunch again. Hopefully nobody interrupts our session.
You're mad famous now too.
No, I'm not.
I can't mess with you, okay? You're freaking famous
I am not famous. You're famous.
In LA, you're all over the place. You're shooting videos. Like, when you shooting my music video?
We're gonna shoot his music video and we're gonna put him on the cover. He's been asking me. We're gonna put him on the cover.
I'm begging, and I'm not just asking. I'm begging to be on the cover. You playing?
He was one of the first people to actually show us love and give us a shout out. So we're definitely gonna hit. So all right. Thank you so much. We're gonna get out of here. It's been great. We've had such an amazing time. Peace out.